Hi, welcome to the Buzzing Chat Show here on Buzzing Pattaya. And today, as you can see, I'm down here in the Buzzing Bar. I thought, well, let's come down and do the chat show from here. Haven't done one of these for a while, simply because we haven't had that many questions thrown into me. And I think a lot of that was down to the fact that maybe we kind of like just resigned to the fact that we've got to do this 5-day retest once you get here. And I know that's put a lot of people off. However, having said that, fingers crossed, we know there's an announcement due on the 1st of March. And fingers crossed that will be good news and that they're going to see sense and bin that off. Who knows? Let's see what goes on. Incidentally, see behind me there, that's our large TV screen. Now that's 14 foot wide by 5 foot tall. We screen in all the major sports, all the major events here. So if you are into your sports, let us know, come down and we'll put it on for you. And look at that, what a bad boy that is. All right, so just one other thing as well, is on a Monday and a Wednesday. If you're new here, or you're experienced and you just want to network and meet some new people, every Monday, every Wednesday, down here in the Buzzing Bar, we will hold a coffee meetup where at 12 o'clock, come down. It's only an hour just to meet each other, and you know, maybe you'll find people you've got something in common with and you want to go off and have a few beers, etc., do all that kind of stuff. So every Monday, every Wednesday, come down here, and that's what we're going to be doing, as well as other stuff. Check out our Facebook and get on Discord for all the latest up-to-date information. All right, so today I'm going to throw some overlays across on top of what we're talking while I'm talking, like I've done before. Quite a lot of people enjoyed that. It's just video footage I've taken in the past, so I'll be doing that. So the questions I've had today is, how many days should I stay here in Pattaya when it's my first visit? How many days should I allocate to staying here? Should it be my whole holiday, or should I try and break it up, particularly if I'm here for a while? Will Walking Street return? So there seems to be a lot of activity over here in the Soi Buakhao area. So the question's asking now is will Walking Street really return? Is it going to happen? Because obviously the Simon Complex was knocked down. There's a few other things that have been going on down there, so we'll cover that. One of the questions was, can I marry a bar girl? And is it sensible to marry a bar girl? So, you know, we'll talk about that. That's a bit of a delicate situation, if I'm being honest. The best advice for a newbie, and if not Pattaya, then where? Okay, if you're not going to come here, where would you go and why? So, all right, so let's get stuck in. And the first one was, how many days in Pattaya and where would you stay in the city? And I think if you've come here for the first time, a lot will depend on how long you're coming out for. If you're only here for a couple of weeks, then it's really not going to do you any harm to throw yourselves right into the lion's den here and just get amongst it all and just enjoy it. So, you know, 2 weeks or less, I think, you know, if it's your first time, you're not going to do yourself any real harm by staying here for the full duration of those 2 weeks. If you're coming out here for a month or longer and it's your first time, then I would recommend that you travel. Get yourself around some of the other places, you know, maybe spend a couple of nights in Bangkok, go down to Phuket, try these other places out down there. You know, try some of the islands. You know, we've got some islands in Koh Larn. You know, we've got Rayong up the road there, you know, with Koh Samet. You've got Koh Chang. There's lots of different islands that you could visit. So if you're here for more than a month, I honestly think, if I'm being truthful with you, staying here for a whole month may be a bit OTT. You know, there's only so many nights you can wake up with a hangover. There's only so many times you can go back to the same bar, to see the same girl, to do the same thing. You know, maybe just try and break it up a little bit. I don't know, guys, you know, what would you recommend? If you were coming here for a month, would you stay here for the entire duration of that month, or would you spread your wings and go and visit other places? And if you will go and visit other places, where will you go and why? Now, in terms of where to stay here in the city, to be honest with you, I would recommend staying a little bit out of the city centre for a couple of reasons. One, the transportation is very, very cheap, be it the motorbike taxis, or be it a Bolt taxi, or be it the BART bus, whichever method you choose. You know, in all fairness, it's pennies. And secondly, you know, the last thing you want to do is, and I don't mean this wrongly, but if you're going to stay, say for instance, in LK Metro, and I'm talking about when it's in its heyday, you know, you're not going to be sleeping, guys. Let's not kid each other. You know, the music goes thumping on till the early hours of the morning. If you're a particularly light sleeper, then you're not going to get a lot of sleep. So, you know, maybe stay a little bit out on the fringes, and then you can always come in, have your fun, then go out and relax and enjoy the peace and quiet later on in the evening or the early hours of the morning, whatever time suits you best. But I guess the question has to be, for you guys that watch this video, that are frequent travelers, where would you recommend staying? You know, where is a go-to place you think, do you know what, it's just far enough out that it's nice and peaceful and quiet, but it's also close enough that I can literally either walk in or jump on a BART bus or a Bolt taxi and get myself in for next to nothing. So, you know, where would you stay really depends on what you want. Of course, if you're only here for 2 weeks, throw yourself into the mix, get yourself in the middle of it all, and, you know, worry about sleeping when you get home. That's my opinion. Next question is, will Walking Street return? Absolutely yes, but I think it's going to change. I think there's a lot of activity now that's currently being done that shows that there are changes ahead. There are things such as, like, obviously the Simon Beer complex has now been knocked down, and there's rumour, it is a rumour, so please don't hold me to it, but there's a rumour that the other one, they've got 2 big complexes, that the other one is due to be demolished very soon. Now, unfortunately, as you know here, there are millions of rumours, so we don't know how much depth and truth there is in that rumour, but nevertheless it is being bandied around that perhaps the very first complex where the Frog Bar is going to be knocked down. Now, you know, that leaves 2 huge gaping holes on the waterside area of Walking Street. There was all that talk a while back about they're not going to renew the entertainment licenses at Christmas and January for those places that are on that side by the water's edge. I haven't heard anything to say different to that in terms of that they've rejected any application. Now, you might know different. If you do, please, you know, share away, drop a comment below. But for me personally, I haven't heard of anyone saying, oh, they've refused to renew my application. So that tells me that they are going to carry on. As to how they do it, your guess is as good as mine. The problem that we've got here is so many rumours just fly around. It's difficult to know what to believe, in all fairness. But I think Walking Street will always be here. What I do think is that what will happen now is, as you can see, the Soi Buakhao, the LK Metro, the Tree Town area, the Soi Chaiyapoon, you know, the Soi Boomerang areas, they're really developing rapidly and they're growing very, very quickly. So of course now there is that alternative option. You know, it's not just LK Metro, a little bit, you know, here and there, and then of course Walking Street. So there are big options available now. So that may well in turn affect what Walking Street becomes. If it does change and it becomes more of a tourist attraction for, like, maybe the Chinese and the flag chasers, well, so be it. Let them do that. Not a problem. It won't affect us. You know, you come out here. I know many people that come out here on holiday and they stay in the LK Metro area, the Soi Buakhao area. They don't even know where Walking, well, not they don't know, but they don't even go to Walking Street. So, you know, there's a lot of things there that we don't really need to worry about if they were to change Walking Street and mix it up a bit. I don't think they will. I don't know, guys. You know, what do you think? Do you think they will? I'm not so sure. I think it's too much of an attraction. It's got too much of a world, global name. And, you know, I just think it will pretty much stay the way it is. But I don't know. You know, we've had the rumours of the casino, all these things that, you know, will they do this? Will they do that? Truthfully, we just don't know. But hey-ho, we will find out in due course. So, guys, what do you think? What's your opinion? Will Walking Street return? If it does return, what will it be? What sort of format? And where do you see the future of Walking Street ending? The next question, I've got to be honest with you, is probably one of the most uncomfortable questions I think I've ever been asked. And that is, can I marry a bar girl? And I'm going to say absolutely 100% yes. And I'll tell you why. And this is a really tough question, because I know there'll be people saying, oh God, you can't do that. She's had more blokes than you've had hot dinners and all the rest of it. Yep, okay, I get that. I get all that. But, you know, I think we've also got to build into the picture that everyone is entitled to happiness. Everybody. No matter what line of work they do, everyone's entitled to a share of happiness. We need to also understand why the girls are here doing what they do. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, that's just bollocks because they can quite easily get a job in 7-Eleven and all the rest of it. And yes, you are right. You are right. But they can't get that kind of money that they want. So, you know, they might be looking to get a house. They might have children. You know, one of the things that's very difficult here is there is no social security as such. So for a Thai person, you know, if they fall pregnant and the Thai lad does one and jogs on and leaves them with that situation, they're there to face the music, and that's why they get the baby to mum and dad. They come down here and they work and they try and earn as much money as they can, and they are looking for you to be that knight in shining armor to come along, sweep them off their feet and provide them with everything that they need and are desperately searching for. But at the end of the day, I think here's another question that I'd like to ask you guys, you know, particularly those of you that have got children. And I speak from my own experience here. There is nothing I wouldn't do to provide for my children. I really would. I would do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes, I would do to the best of my ability in order to provide an income to give my children food and clothes and a roof over their head. So are they wrong for doing the same? I don't think they are, in all fairness. I don't think they are. So, you know, look at that aspect of it as to why they're doing what they're doing. And, you know, of course, it is a very difficult industry. We've already covered about the, I'm only been here once, and really you've been here 100 times, so you're telling them a load of pack of lies to get, to, I don't know, maybe to enhance your status with them, thinking, oh, he's a newbie. They're telling you, oh yes, Tilek, I've only been here 1 week, and they've been here a couple of years, and you know, all that kind of side of things. So there's a lot of aspects that you've got to bear in mind when you're building up that rapport between you and the girl. But the actual answer as to whether or not you can marry them, you know, I don't see that being a problem. I really don't. You've got to look at it in the bigger picture. Maybe it'd be better to get away from this city, because ultimately this is not the place to be. And you know, just take that on board and really run with it. But I don't know, what would you do, guys? There's the question for you. Would you marry a bar girl? I don't know. And whatever you write down in the comments, please be respectful. You know, these are human beings at the end of the day. They're doing what they can, most of them to put food on the table for their children. So please be respectful. But would you marry a bar girl? And we'll leave it as a yes or no. Let's leave it at that. Best advice for a newbie is a question I've been asked. Oh man, what a question. Best advice for a newbie, I would say, is just take your time. Try and keep it real, because we are in fantasy land. You know, you're going to walk down the road and be presented with literally tens to hundreds of girls. I know not right this second time, but when we get back, and you're going to be told that you're a sexy man every 50 yards, you know, there's so much to take in. So try and keep it real. Try and keep yourself balanced. I know it's very difficult. You know, if you're not a very big drinker, don't go out and get mullered every night, because it will take its toll on you. And particularly here, you know, you can drink 24/7, 7 days a week, no dramas whatsoever, if that's your thing. So again, try and keep it real. Be very careful who you make friends with. Okay, I would suggest, particularly your first visit here, keep yourself to yourself as such, or have a good understanding of where you are with in terms of the friendship that you're making. It's not nice to say, but it is the reality that there are certain people here that may be down on their luck and might be thinking, oh, you know, this guy can help me out. Just be a little bit wary and a bit cautious as to who you make friends with and the intentions behind that friendship. Just be very cautious. Regarding the girls, just be safe. You know, number one, bag up. You know, just be sensible, bag up at all times. Number two, just try and, you know, pace yourself. Don't fall in love with the first girl that you find. You know, it's easy to go into a bar. You'll meet this girl and you're like, oh, she's amazing. And she's telling me that I'm the most handsome man in the world, and we've had great fun, we've had great sex and all the rest of it. I'm going to spend the entire holiday with her. No, don't. You know, don't commit too quickly. You can always come back another day. So just take your time, keep it balanced, try and keep yourself up with your head clear, and don't really throw yourself into the lions, because trust me, they'll eat you. There's no doubt about it, they will eat you. If you've never ridden a motorbike before, don't hire a motorbike here. There's no need. And it's very blasé here on a motorbike. You can simply get here, jump on a motorbike, ride around, you can have a few drinks. If the police stop you, it's just a fine. But you know, unfortunately, or fortunately, well, no, there's no fortune. Unfortunately, there are a lot of accidents here. So, you know, just be very, very careful. Do you honestly need to sit on a motorbike, or is it just so much easier just to jump in a taxi? Especially nowadays with Bolt, it's super cheap. There's no excuses. You can really just go anywhere you want for literally like 100 baht. So stay off a motorbike, particularly if you're drinking. It really isn't a good idea. So in terms of like newbies, just really, just take each day as it comes. Try not to plan too far ahead, and just keep it real. Okay, remember, just keep it real. The last question was, if it's not Pattaya, then where? Where would you go if you didn't come here? For me, you know my thoughts on this. I've made it very crystal clear. I've never hidden the fact I would simply leave this city instantly, and I'd go straight to Korat and spend the time with Mo and my family. But that's a different scenario for me. But if you guys are coming here on holiday and you're now asking that question, well, I can't come to Pattaya because of the current situation with the testing, or you know, you've lost the love of what it is here, where else would you go? We mentioned this the other day. You know, there's the Philippines, there's Cambodia, and you know, there's lots of other places that people have been name dropping. I don't know where I'd go, to be honest with you. I really don't know. I mean, I would like to think that that situation will never happen. But if it did, I think I would probably go to Cambodia, simply because I have been over there myself. I had a fantastic time. It's very similar to here, and I just enjoyed it. But you know, that's personal choice. That's nothing that I'm saying you should do that. So again, the question goes back to you guys as to, if you didn't come here to Pattaya, where is on your radar? You know, a lot of people have been saying the Philippines, because they're just about to open and change everything. So, you know, I've never been there, I've got no idea what to expect or how it all works. I just think Cambodia for me ticks all my boxes. All right, guys, so there you go. That's the question today. So just to recap then, how many days in Pattaya and where to stay? That depends on how long you're coming out here for. If you're here for 2 weeks, stay here, enjoy it, keep it real, just go out and have fun. If you're coming out here for a long term, you know, maybe a month or 3 months, travel around, go see some of the islands and just, you know, spread your wings a little bit. Will Walking Street return? 100%, absolutely 100% it will return. What shape it's going to be in when it does return, I don't know. I think there's a few changes that are ahead, particularly like I've said with Frog Bar and the Simon Complex and stuff like that. So let's see what goes with that one, but it will definitely come back. Can I marry a bar girl? Absolutely, why not? Everyone's entitled to happiness. Just because she's doing the very best she can to put food on the table for her children because her husband or boyfriend's done one and left her in the shit, you know, they're entitled to happiness, so why not? Best advice for a newbie: strap yourself in, son. It's going to be emotional, but keep it real. Just keep it real. Don't get carried away. Don't make false promises. Oh, I'll come back and see you tomorrow and all that rubbish. Just take it easy, day by day, step by step, and enjoy it for what it is. And if not Pattaya, then where? For me, guys, absolutely Cambodia. One thing I will never ever do is return to the UK. That's a given. So there you go. That's today's questions. As I say, thank you very much for sending those questions. We haven't done this for a while, so it makes a nice change. And you can see here, I'm in the buzzing bar. Look at that bad boy behind me. 14 foot wide and 5 foot high. How cool is that? And incidentally, I mentioned, flipping hell, what are they doing over there? The ice has arrived. Remember I mentioned the other day in the video about the golf situation. So if you are interested in playing golf, and I know a lot of you guys out there like to play golf, get in touch via Discord or send an email, 247pattaya@gmail.com, and just tell me, just say the word golf. You're not going to get spammed or anything like that. All I'm simply going to do is put your information to one side. Ian and I are working hard to put together some golf stuff and some information and some platforms that will be of great use to you. So please, if you are a golfer, drop me a message below and just put golf, and I'll put you onto one side, and then we'll be back in touch in due course. All right, guys, so that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. If there is any questions you want to ask, please drop a comment below or fire me an email, and I'll do my very best to answer them for you. And that's about it for me today. So, guys, as always, please remember, hit the subscribe button and also the bell icon if you'd like to be notified when I bring out a new video. Get yourself on Discord. 10,700 members now. It's a fantastic platform, completely free, doesn't cost you a single penny. Get on there. You're going to talk to loads of really, really good guys. Just so much information, you wouldn't believe it. So have a look on Discord if you haven't already, and please get yourself over there. Trust me, you won't be disappointed when you do. And if you'd like to support the channel and the work that we do here, there is a link in the description below. Membership starts from as little as 89 pence a month, and that would be much appreciated. All right, that's it from me, guys. I'm going to head off out now. Wherever you are in the world, guys, have a great day, and please, as always, stay safe.